Are you seeing the information that's being put out today? They're literally, this time around is getting interesting because they're literally telling the people. I mean, you give me your interpretation of these things here. Now, in this article here, Garlinghouse hints at cutting XRP sales after SEC victory. Why would he do that? What are their intentions by cutting the sales? Let's go through a few things, right? If they cut XRP sales, they're holding more XRP. Why would they do that? You see, and I told people this, they know Ripple's not dumb. They know XRP could go way past the moon. They know that. So listen, they don't want to be left out. I said this before, but it was in reference to Bitcoin and BlackRock, which we're going to get to, by the way. Did you see what BlackRock's saying? There's a reason that they're saying that. We'll get to that a little bit later. A lot of big stuff popping out today. They don't want to get left out. Now that Garlinghouse came out and said the SEC case is pretty much done. That's what he said. All right. They know that not just regular people, but us, we as well, retail as well, as the big companies, now that this point has been passed, are going to be buying more XRP more than ever this next few months and holding it because people are expecting it to go past the moon. Which means if they were to sell their XRP, Ripple, they may not at some point in the future be able to buy that back like they always do. That's going to change. Buy it back. You think you're going to get that back? There's not a guarantee in that because large companies are going to begin buying XRP. Forget large companies. A lot of people are going to buy more XRP. Listen, not financial advice. I'm telling you what I see and what I believe. Nobody's going to miss out on this. XRP was also named in that digital asset stockpile. I don't know what's going on now. Are they revising it? I don't know. All I know, it was on the list from the White House. That's all I know. So people know that also. This XRP thing, they're talking, $4, $5. You can't be serious. No way. That's just not my way of thinking. No way. No way. So they have to, if they're not wise, they have to cut XRP sales at some point. That doesn't mean they're going to stop it completely. They cut it, not completely, but they're not going to sell as much because they want to profit off of it. Number one. Number two, for utility, listen, watch what's happening with Bitcoin. Large asset managers, businesses, everybody's going to want in on this. You have entire countries that love XRP, like South Korea. Look it up. This is about to get hot very quickly over the next year. This is not a game. That's why they're saying this. And this is why you're getting a lot of this type of verbiage out of a lot of these companies right now. So he says that, right? Let me see if they have a quote here. Let me give it to you. Hold on. Okay, it was from X, Twitter, whatever you call that website. It says Ripple sells. Wait. No, that's not Garlinghouse. They put somebody else here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did they not have a quote from Garlinghouse himself? Bear with me one moment, folks. I'm just read this little tidbit here. This is after years of legal battles, price suppression, and endless debates. XRP is finally breaking free. In a major victory for crypto community, US SEC has officially dropped its case against Ripple. But just as things start looking up, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has hinted at a surprising shift. Why would you phrase it like that? But just as things start looking up. It sounds like you're about to say something negative when it's not. It's super positive, but they're forced to do this. If not, everybody else is going to gobble up a massive amount of XRP, just my humble opinion, and hold it for a little bit. They won't hold it forever. I'm not saying that. Because they want to make money. They want to make some value. And a lot of people like quick money. They like quick value. But there's no guarantee Ripple will be able to buy that large allotment back again or acquire it again. People got to understand this. It's not just about XRP. It's about these utility coins across the board. Watch them closely. You'll see. Watch them closely. These companies, banks and large asset managers want these top cryptos as their playthings. They have a plan for them and they're going to wield them They know how to use the media to pump things. They know how to manipulate things. That's why you're seeing a media war going on right now. You think not? Wait until we get to the BlackRock information later in the video. Just wait. There's a media war going on right now, and they're going to win. They've just begun to push back, but they're starting to see that conditioning, that hold that non-traditional media has is a little bit strong. And they're wrestling with them right now to get that power back. And then once they do have that power, there will be a massive mainstream media push to manipulate the markets for the positive, because there's going to be a lot of money made for them mostly, but anybody else that's in on these things is going to make a lot of value, just my humble opinion. But that's what I see happening right now. We're seeing the conditions before the causes and the effects. There's always conditions first, potentiality first. That's why I mentioned that, right? It's like life, potentiality, right? And out of potentiality comes a cause, and out of a cause is born an effect. That's the way it always is. We're watching the potentiality boil and bubble right now before it takes the form of a cause. But wait, it continues. It says, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has hinted at a surprising shift. The company may scale back its XRP sales in the future. Let's just talk about the price. They know the price is going to skyrocket, right? That doesn't mean you have to agree with it. Doesn't mean you have to believe it. You don't. Not financial advice. I'm telling you, they feel that way. Why? Why does Ripple feel that way? Now they gotta scale it back. Why are they scaling it back? First, you tell me. Tell me why you think that is, right? If you feel free to do such a thing, you don't have to. A lot of people don't. That's okay. Because they've done so many deals. They have forget deals and partnerships. They have so many connections to banks, large asset managers. They literally claimed, there's no way to verify these claims. They literally claim they have a direct line to the White House for whoever they're connected to. I don't know who they're connected to. I'm not a part of Ripple. That's why they feel like, this is real now. We actually made it. We actually won. I've seen people like that before. They're surprised they won, but they're like, okay, I'm ready to profit now. I'm ready to let me have my trophy right now. They're like, wait. You get the trophy in a little while. The ceremony, and the people are throwing a fit. Now I want my trophy now. I want my medal now. You've seen it before, right? They want that now. They're contemplating it now. Their mouth is drooling for the food now, not later. So they have to cut that back. They're like, whoa, slow down those XRP sales. Let's keep a little bit more. Makes sense, right? Because we want to make a lot of value off this. We don't want to we sell a lot and then the price pops and then we didn't get the benefit from it. No. Can't have that. We must save a little bit. Makes sense, right? I'm oversimplifying it so that hopefully it's coming through clear. I don't want to overcomplicate it. But that's one reason. Another reason is utility. If more and more people over the next year or two, because now XRP is unleashed. According to them, XRP is unleashed. More and more people are going to jump in. They don't know this yet. You know it. I know it. The regular people don't know this. They're at work. They're at their business right now. They're doing things right now. Heck, after this, I'm going to be doing things. They're too busy to know this right now. But when it hits, then they're going to have the opportunity to act. When the next bull run, and watch what happens. A lot of people are going to push XRP and all of this news. When the bull run starts to go upward again dramatically, then a lot of those regular people will jump in to get some XRP, Solana, Chainlink, Stellar, whatever. And that's when you have to start, if you're Ripple, you start thinking like, wait a minute, how long will they hold? We're not sure about that. We have private ecosystems that they're going to have to feed XRP into. No matter how you flip it, whether some people hold XRP for their private ecosystem or every time they have to transact through Ripple to get some XRP for their private ecosystem. I don't know how they're going to do it. Either way, it results in a lot of XRP being used. It requires Ripple to have a lot of XRP on hand. And then we still don't know how they're going to classify XRP. It's clearly going to be something very, very good, positive, clearly. They're just trying to work out the particular nomenclature, if I could use that word. Can I use that word? Nomenclature, if you will, that they're going to attach to it. That's really all. That's all. That's it. And once that happens, it's really going to be a free for all. So there's still little things that have to be worked out. before everything really is in that space rocket mode. But the rocket is being fueled up for sure. Okay, wait. I don't want to go off on that one because, I love exciting stuff like that. I do. I love exciting articles like this. I love time periods like this. But then you have this also. Wait a minute. So now they're just dumping information. You see this? This article here is titled Ripple CEO confident of XRP being included in the U.S. strategic reserve. And then he says IPO is now possible. A lot of people, you wanted that IPO. There you go. What do you think about that? But I don't understand this. If people from the White House themselves listed XRP in the strategic reserve, how's there even a question about it being in the strategic reserve? I don't understand that. I guess, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of different red tape you got to jump through, I suppose. But let's read this a little bit and see if they inform us at all. This is Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse wait a minute. Did they typo here? Did they mess up? I'm going to read the whole sentence to you. You tell me if it sounds messed up or is it just me? Am I tripping? Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse sees closely related XRP as part of the White House's proposed digital asset stockpile and anticipates the launch of an XRP ETF before the end of 2025, per a Bloomberg Markets interview. So this is coming from Bloomberg. I don't get that. Like, why would it was on the list. It was on the list. What's the questioning about? Does it have to go through Congress or something like that? I mean, is this done through executive order? My apologies. I don't proclaim to be a know-it-all. I don't proclaim to know everything. And I have a limited amount of time, just like you do. But I do a lot of different types of research. So there are things I don't know, right? And yes, I can go look this up after I'm done here. But once an authoritative entity like the White House puts out a list, I'm assuming that that's the way that things are going to move. If you understand if how I've been briefed on the political environment right now is actually accurate, then that's going to occur 9 times out of 10, I would think. It says Garlinghouse's optimism came after the resolution of Ripple's longstanding legal battle with the SEC. Yeah, SEC is finished. What it used to be, it will not be in the future. It will be something new. Like they even say it here, XRP was named. That's what I'm talking about. So what's the questioning about? There's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We know that. Let Bitcoin lead the way. It always does. No big deal. And we're going to profit over Bitcoin also. I say I'm not financial advice. But you said not financial advice already, Mick. When you're on camera, you just flow. You just flow. All right. I don't know how better to tell you that. It is better to be natural. That's all I can tell you. So sometimes you may repeat yourself. It says that will include, sometimes you want to get a point across. That will include things like XRP, a crypto stockpile. And once again, do you see the video the other day that I released? Listen to that information I was talking about. They know about the utility of XRP. They need transparency. Who can provide that? XRPL, Ripple. Ripple claims they have a direct line to the White House. The White House is claiming they want transparency. Ripple could provide that. They can do that for every country. All the countries now are going to have transparency when they're dealing with each other. All those countries are going to need smart contracts to make sure that their laws are being obeyed. Tariffs and all that kind of stuff is honored without the human element that is capable of mistakes. Wait a minute, because you're saying, well, the human element, why would you even use that phrase? Because we read a bank document that verbatim used that phrase. Verbatim. And if they don't take actions, the verb will eat them. The verb will eat them. That's bars, though. That's bars. Yeah, I know. So anyway, so you have that. He's confident. So that type of information is going to be spread around a lot more of XRP possibly being at the forefront in the U.S. as far as utility coins. That's bullish. Super bullish. Can you imagine when that's all over the mainstream media? Huh? And right now, we read data once again. The people in the U.S., even though it seems like no one wants to talk about it, the people in the U.S., the majority of them are struggling. They need capital. They need value. So they're going to jump on things like this so their money can increase its value. We shall see. Now let's go here to this BlackRock Bitcoin news. Look at this. Listen to what they're telling everyone. You know what's crazy? People won't listen to this. They won't even see this. This will get buried. Unbelievable. And then they'll miss out. And when they miss out, and it's just my humble opinion, you can disagree, you have your own feelings, this is my thoughts. And my thoughts I don't put out there to feed into anyone else's mind. All right, so let me have my thoughts, let me share. Then when they miss out, they're going to be upset. Oh, nobody told me about this Bitcoin. Researchers have to shake and move. You know, I know I'm pretty much talking to everybody out there is pretty much researchers now on this channel. They've advanced that way. But the regular people out there, outside, they don't know this information. BlackRock executive believes Bitcoin price does not reflect its strong institutional demand. Do people understand what that means? How bullish that is? I'm rarely excited. I really am. I don't really get excited about things. It takes a lot to move me. Anybody else feel like that now in their older years? Like we've seen so much, we've been through so much. There's not a lot that really rocks us. That's very exciting. So what it means is, in my humble estimation, is that once the price does reflect institutional demand, that price is going through the roof. Think about it. Institutional demand is super high on Bitcoin right now. Institutional interest in Bitcoin. I beg your pardon. A little dry throat. My apologies. I should have brought some water. It's my fault. Institutional interest is super high on Bitcoin. But the price isn't moving like that just yet. Not yet. Everything in its own time. But if you're watching how much institutional interest, how much institutional demand there is, go look at the information. It's so high that when Bitcoin's price does catch up, it theoretically should be life changing. Depending on where people bought in, where companies bought in, depends, right? Some people bought in super low. Woo-wee, thank goodness. Thank goodness for gold, getting gold super low. Thank goodness for getting Bitcoin in a bloody bear market. Holy smokes, right? Am I right? Whoo-wee. Because, so it depends on where people bought in. But if it goes as high as they're anticipating, it should be life-changing. So I'm going to read this a little bit to you here, okay? It says institutional investment in Bitcoin has strengthened, but its price has struggled to reflect the growing demand, according to BlackRock's global head of digital assets, Robbie Mitchnick. Despite continued adoption by large financial players, Bitcoin has experienced significant ETF outflows and cautious sentiment in early 2025, which have kept prices below previous highs. We know that, but here's the interesting part. With all the buying that BlackRock has done lately, why lead with this sentence? Why'd you do that, CryptoSlate.com? Why'd you do that? That buying recently is what should be highlighted right here. And that's very positive. They did like 250 Bitcoin one day. And then the next day or two, they did like 2,700 Bitcoin they bought. Is that accurate? Is that what we read the other day, right? It was a massive amount of Bitcoin. Just go check the numbers. They should have led with that. Why did you lead with this negative aspect here? I don't know. I watch these media sources now with a side eye and I just question things here. But anyway, nonetheless, it says speaking with Yahoo Finance on March 18th, Mitchnick, I'm watching everybody just in case you try to manipulate information. You don't control my mind. You don't. I think for myself. I act for myself. I do based on, I act and do based on my own thoughts and research. And if a source proves to be not worthy, I got to cast that source away. So I'm watching. I'm like, why did you do that? It says, speaking with Yahoo Finance on March 18th, Mitchnick argued that Bitcoin's fundamental characteristics, scarcity. Yes. Oh, you're about to find out about scarcity. Oh, my, in the next year and a half. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Decentralization, and independence from traditional monetary systems. I'm not worried about either of those last two at all, whatsoever. Position it as a strong hedge against economic downturns. He further suggested that a U.S. recession could serve as a major catalyst for Bitcoin's next rally. Yes, but the problem is, sir, and you and I both know this, many of the experts are saying it's a rolling recession. That's what they say, rolling. So there's no consensus right now on what is actually going to be occurring. But we shall see. Especially if money starts to exchange hands between governments and their people, sort of similar to stimulus check and stimulus money. And that money, we all know, a lot of it may make its way into investments. It did it before. It did it before. And there's talks of something like that. Talks, no guarantees. But if that indeed does manifest, that's a huge catalyst. Wouldn't you say? It says, Mitchnick highlighted that while gold has surged to record highs. I love gold. They haven't seen anything yet with gold. And I want to say this also, just my humble opinion. They haven't seen anything with silver. Watch. So over the next 2 years, I'm just saying, I could be wrong. Over the next 2 years, keep up with the information on silver. Keep up with the news on silver. I'm just going to leave it at that. He attributed, what's wrong with my speech today? He attributed this divergence to Bitcoin short-term trading trends, where it is often treated as a risk-on asset rather than a store of value. It's a moneymaker to me. I'm not looking at Bitcoin as a store of value at all. That's why I have gold. That's what gold is for. But wait. They said that, and then they said this. Oh, wait, no. My apologies. Actually, both of these articles, although titled slightly different, cover the same aspect of Bitcoin. BlackRock wants Bitcoin to win. Now, the reason why I said BlackRock right now is sort of in a media battle, they grossly underestimated independent media. And independent media, to the chagrin of many, I probably will have to say such a thing. Independent media, a lot of it is a monolith. A lot of it is. That's why you have the idea. Someone may say, well, Mick, I don't think independent media has become a monolith. That's why terms like maxi or maximalist exist. Because maximalist, or let's say like Bitcoin maxis as an idea, Bitcoin maxi news media is almost always going to talk positively about Bitcoin. That's a monolith. It's a monolith. So, but it's become very strong. More and more people are watching independent media. So BlackRock doesn't control independent media. They control regular media. They have influence over, and I say allegedly, they have influence over regular media. So even though they've been trying to speak so positively of Bitcoin. I think the negative news from the mainstream holds firm better than the positive. People will hear the negative and act to it. They'll hear the positive and will not act to it. I don't know why that is. I think it's because of certain chemicals in the brain react a little bit more when people hear something negative or catastrophic, traumatic. They react a little bit more. So they haven't been. I don't think they've been able to pump Bitcoin like they want to, and then independent media goes against them almost every time. So that's a little bit of what I've been noticing. And they seem frustrated. That's another reason I'm noticing this. When BlackRock has been speaking, they've been pushing this idea. Bitcoin is store value. Bitcoin is positive long term, which is all true. Some people like it as a store of value. I just don't look at it that way. And it is positive and bullish long term. But once again, you'll see all these articles come out while they're saying that, Bitcoin is in a bear market. Bitcoin is, just saying a lot of negative things about it. So just something I observed, but they want to pump this, which is a positive sign for the future. Something I keep my eye on, because if ever they have their way, yes, they can manipulate it down and then they try to manipulate it up. If that ever works, Bitcoin's going to skyrocket. Just that's a tiny little catalyst, So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.